up, guys? So it's finally feeling like fall. Today's been the first day that it's been cold. Let's see, what is it right now? It's 72 degrees Fahrenheit right now. But you gotta remember that I live in Southern California and we're pretty spoiled when it comes to the weather out here. So 72 degrees is cold for us. So today is Dedication Tuesday. Pretty late. I wanted to film earlier, but I wasn't able to. So Dedication Tuesday, like I said the other day, is going to be dedicated to Batman for Batman Arkham City. Today, I want to talk about some information on the game. Not until recently has there been a lot of news being released. I haven't heard that much about the gameplay and the story and all that. So, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I mean, everywhere I've been reading, people are saying that there's not too much information out right now. So I did find a good amount of information, and some of this I already knew, so I'm just gonna go ahead and share it with you guys. For those of you that don't know some interesting tidbits of the game. For those of you that do, just take this like a little recap, I guess. But especially for those of you that haven't heard anything about the game, want to play it, or don't know if you want to play it, that's what I'm going to be talking about, some interesting info. First, let me say, some people are wondering, you think about this every time there's a sequel released. Is it going to be as good as the first one? Or is it going to be as good as the previous one? Arkham Asylum did really good, and a lot of people loved that game. Me included. So a lot of people are wondering whether Arkham City is going to be just as good, better, or good. A good clue that I think Arkham City is going to be probably just as good as Asylum is that Paul Dini, the writer he wrote the first game, is going to be returned to write Arkham City. So that's one thing that's really good. There's another really interesting tidbit is Nightwing. Now I've known this for a while now, that Nightwing was going to be, for those of you that don't know who Nightwing is, think of Robin. He's an older Robin. So after he was Robin, he became Nightwing. Nightwing will be in Batman Arkham City. What's being said is that Nightwing won't be in the actual game. And this is not, I haven't gotten any of this information from the actual developers, so I'm not sure if that is just someone guessing or if it really is going to be like that. Now, what I do know is for sure is that Nightwing will be in the challenges, in the challenge levels. So not in the actual storyline mode, but in the challenge levels, you will be able to play as Nightwing, and maybe look forward to him in some future downloadable contents. Rocksteady already confirmed that there will be another Batman game after Arkham City, which is awesome news, in my opinion, because so far, they've done an amazing job with these games. And Arkham City, I haven't played it, but it looks amazing. I can't wait to play that game. I'm guessing maybe a trilogy, because that's like so popular right now. So let's talk about the pre-orders and which one I pre-ordered, like the pre-order promotions. I am pre-ordering it from Gamestop, and I'll tell you why. A lot of the pre-order promotions for Batman sound pretty cool, but GameStop just sold it for me for one reason. For a few reasons, but mostly one. What you get if you pre-order it from GameStop, and I'm talking about US. I don't know if it applies for UK or other parts, but in the US, if you pre-order from GameStop, you get a code for a bonus digital copy of Batman Gotham Knight, and that's like an animated movie. You get Joker's Carnival Challenge map, and now this is only if you are a PowerUp Rewards member. If you're not a PowerUp Rewards member, you don't get this. You get the Batman animated series skin. Yeah, that sold it. That sold it for me. And I am a PowerUp Rewards member, and silver, bam. Pro. I'm going to get the Batman animated series skin, and the awesome thing, I'm still not sure if this is what I want to do, but I think I am going to do it. You could have the Batman animated series skin throughout the whole game. You could play as Batman animated series. I want to do that, but at the same time, I don't want it to look weird. Like, like everything else looks awesome, and then all of a sudden you got this little Batman animated series cartoon walking around, and everybody else looks all crazy real. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I want to try it. If it doesn't look bad, then yeah. But I still want it. I just need to have that. So that's why I pre-ordered it with Gamestop. So if you guys want that Batman animated series skin, you should sign up for PowerUp Rewards. If you get Pro, you do have to pay $14 initiation. But if you don't have to. You could get the free card. It's black. So you could just get the regular membership and you don't have to pay anything. And you still get that. So let me talk about the other Batman skins, because there are 6 Batman skins, and they all look pretty damn cool. So we're going to start with Batman Beyond. He's on the left. He's the first one on the left. Batman Beyond, and then the further one to the right, that's already regular Batman from the game. The way that you get Batman Beyond skin is if you pre-order from gamestop.co.uk or from MightyApe.co.nz. The next one is the Dark Knight Returns skin. You get that skin in any collector's edition, no matter where you buy it. Batman Earth 1 is if you purchase it from MightyApe. The 1970s Batman, you get it if you pre-order from shop2.net. This is from the UK. Or Toys R Us from US. The animated series Batman, I already told you. You could, if you purchase, actually you could get it not only from GameStop, what I was telling you, the PowerUp Rewards, but you could also get it if you purchase it from MightyApe. Also, Red Robin, the Red Robin skin. You could get that for pre-order you could get that if you pre-order from Best Buy in the United States, or gamesmania.be from Holland, or JB Hi-Fi from Australia. So that's the pre-order for Best Buy here in the United States. And that was the one that I was going to get originally, even though I hate Best Buy, pre-ordering from Best Buy, because of a bad experience that I had. But when I heard about animated series, I was like, oh, hells no! Those are the Batman skins. Hopefully that answered a few of you guys' questions, because I was wondering myself how you got the skins. And the one I really wanted was the animated series. And I'm gonna get it. The villains. The confirmed villains in Batman Arkham City there's a pretty big list. I think there's more than in Arkham Asylum. And I'm really excited about some of these. Obviously the Joker and Harley Quinn are going to be in there. The only thing though, this is kind of bad news. I was like, what? Now yesterday, I posted up my review for Batman Arkham Asylum. And I mentioned the Batman animated series voices returning for that. I only mentioned Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. But someone was telling me, you forgot to mention Arlene Sorkin. She does the voice for Harley Quinn. And I was like, well, I didn't forget, I just didn't mention her. And later I was like, you know what, I should have mentioned her, because she's the perfect Harley. Nobody does Harley better than she does. I mean, when I think of Harley, her voice comes into my head. But the bad news is that she's not going to be doing Harley anymore for Batman Arkham City. And I kind of noticed that in the trailer. I was like, it doesn't sound like Harley. She doesn't sound that bad, but I was like, man. There is no reason. She didn't give a reason why she wasn't going to be doing Harley again, but the lady that's going to be doing Harley is Tara Strong. I mean, it's not like I'm going to go terrorize the city or anything because Arlene Sorkin isn't going to do Harley, but it was just a little downer when I read that. I was like, oh well. Another villain is the Penguin. There's a trailer for the Penguin. I'm not a big fan of the Penguin, so I was like, okay, whatever. Two-Face, he's my favorite villain of all time, so that I am super excited for. We saw him in the trailer too, so it's not a surprise. Bane will be returning, and the crazy thing with Bane is that you're going to be you're actually going to be teaming up with Bane in a few side quests. So, Dr. Hugo Strange, I will be talking about him in a little bit, just in case because I think Hugo Strange, not a lot of people know who Hugo Strange is, especially people that don't really read the comics, because he only appeared once in the animated series, I believe. Mr. Freeze! And there is a trailer for him as well. The Riddler will be returning, and I believe he will be appearing this time, which is super exciting for me. The Riddler trailer is one of my favorites. If you guys haven't seen it, you have to go look for it. Just search Batman Arkham City, The Riddler, or The Riddler trailer. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to play this damn game. Deadshot will be in this. Talia al Ghul, she's Ra's al Ghul's daughter. And Black Mask. I've never been a huge fan of Black Mask, but yeah, he's gonna be in it. For those of you that don't know, he's the guy that has usually like a white suit on, and he's like a black skull. So those are the ones that are confirmed right now. I don't know if there are more. If there are, let me know. I know there are others that are making a first appearance in Arkham City, like these twins. I forgot what they're called. Arbrochi or something. The twins. They used to be conjoined twins, and it's crazy because they have they only have one arm because they were conjoined and they got split up. They split each other up, and so they only have one arm. And one of them went to work for the Penguin, and the other one went to work for Joker. And I was like, ooh, these guys are pretty cool. Oh, and Catwoman. Catwoman's kind of like on the fence when it comes to her being a villain or a vigilante or what the hell she is. She has worked with some of the big top villains, though, so it's not like she's such a good guy or a good gal. She worked for Hugo Strange for a little while, so... but the cool thing about Catwoman is that you're going to be able to play as Catwoman. And this was one of my questions earlier on. I was like, is this going to be co-op? Or are you going to be fighting alongside Catwoman? And I always thought it was probably going to be co-op. And I was like, that would be kind of cool. But it's not. Catwoman, you will be playing as Catwoman in certain missions. So Batman's not even going to be there. You're going to be Catwoman. And then when the other missions take up, so you're going to have Catwoman missions and Batman missions. And Catwoman has her own moves, her own gadgets, and all that. Now, I've never been a huge fan of Catwoman. Actually, I've never been a fan of Catwoman. But this does sound kind of interesting. So I'm kind of, I don't want to say excited, but I am intrigued. Because I'm like, ooh, this might be pretty cool. So let me talk a little about Hugo Strange. Who is he? Because I know a lot of people don't know who he is. He was actually one of Batman's first villains. I mean, he came before the Joker and he came before Catwoman. So he's an old villain of Batman. He was mostly in the comics. I mean, he was in the comics. Because like I said, in the animated series, he only appeared once. I think he appeared also in the Justice League, once, and in other Batman cartoons, but not a lot. He's basically a mad scientist, like to the T. He's crazy. He created this one machine that worked off of electricity, and it caused like a bunch of fog everywhere, so that his goons could rob banks a little more efficiently because you couldn't see. But what he's most known for are creating drugs that can turn a person into this mindless brute, but a huge, pump them up. And I believe that there were these guys in Batman Arkham Asylum that were like that. You know, I guess think of Bane, huge pumped up dude. But they're mindless drones. They call them, I think they call them Monster Men. So that's what he's most known for creating that, for creating Monster Men. He actually tried to inject the stuff in Batman once, but Batman was able to find a counter drug. So he didn't turn into a big bat with rabies. I think the one thing that makes him stand out a lot is that he's been killed like freaking 20 times. He's been killed so many times. And I swear it's like, okay, he's not coming out of this one. Now he really is dead. No, he always comes back. It's like, what the hell? So he doesn't freaking die. It's like, I don't know. It's one of them, in one of the comics, Doctor Strange falls off a building. And I mean, you're like, okay, he's dead. Batman thought he was dead. In the next comic, he comes back and he's fine. He goes, what's up? And in another version of the comic, he comes back and he's paralyzed. So, you just never know what to expect from this guy. But one thing about him is that he's super obsessed over Batman. So obsessed that he actually wants to be Batman. He wants to kill Batman because he wants to become Batman. And he actually dresses up as Batman in like private moments. Like often when he goes off into his little room, he dresses up like Batman and he dances the Bat 2C. Tell me you guys remember that from The Simpsons. When Adam West came out and he's like, do you guys remember the Bat 2C? Anyways, he knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. He found this out because he actually, one time when they thought he was dead, he escaped and he was like undercover. They didn't know it was him, and he worked as a psychiatrist in this really expensive hospital for like the elite. But he was actually using them. He was like blackmailing all of his patients because he was getting like information from them, important information from them. So this is another thing that he does. He actually has mind control agents. So mind control drugs. Bruce Wayne actually went to this hospital to recover for something, I don't remember, but and I think this was actually the one of the cartoons. This was a comic, but this was also made into one of the animated series. This was the cartoon where Doctor Strange was in. Bruce Wayne is in the hospital and Doctor Strange finds out his identity, and he tries to auction off this information to like 3 major villains. It was Two-Face, Joker, and the Penguin. But Batman's ended up like messing up his information, and it turned out it looked like what Hugo Strange was saying was that he was Batman, and Two-Face was like, you're stupid, like this guy's retarded, and nobody believed him. And Doctor Strange was like, no, Bruce Wayne is Batman, and they're like, this guy's a freaking idiot. And I think Two-Face said something like, if Bruce Wayne's Batman, I'm the Queen of England, and they just leave. So nobody believed him, but he does know Batman's true identity, which is going to be pretty interesting how that's going to play out in the game. Doctor Strange has also been associated with the Mad Hatter and Two-Face for a while. So maybe that's how Two-Face is going to fit in. Getting into the storyline, I'm not going to get in too much into it because there's not much to know. But what's going on, the reason why it's called Arkham City, for those of you that don't know, because you're like, wait, why is it called Arkham City? Isn't it supposed to be called Gotham City? Arkham City is actually a city made in Gotham. And why Arkham City was made was because I don't know if you guys remember the warden for Arkham Asylum, Quincy Sharp. He is no longer the warden. He's now the mayor of Gotham City. And what he did is he actually shut down Arkham Asylum because they couldn't pay for so many inmates in there and all that. They couldn't handle the inmates in Arkham Asylum and in the jails. It was just they weren't able to keep them in there anymore. So what Quincy Sharp does is a piece of Gotham, I forgot what area, but a piece of Gotham, he just fences it. Like he puts security around it, fences it completely off, and he makes this piece of city into like a jail, and he calls it Arkham City, and he throws all the inmates in there, all the bad guys are in this city, and he says, you guys, you could do whatever you want in there, just don't escape. That's all he asks. No, don't try to escape. So they've got, now all the bad guys have their own little city, and that's Arkham City. But Batman is like, this is not a good idea. This is gonna go completely down the gutter. This is not gonna work. So Batman, that's where Batman comes in. That's what he goes to see, what's gonna come down out of this. And Quincy Sharp puts Hugo Strange in charge of this city. So that can't go well at all, because Hugo Strange is freaking nuts. It's going to be a good storyline, I think. Knowing Hugo Strange, that we should really keep in mind is that he has these mind control drugs. I think we should keep that in mind. The combat system in Arkham City looks a lot like Arkham Asylum, but it does look like a lot of things have been added to it. I think it executes the same way. It looks like it does. But I was reading that now Batman could block 2 attacks at the same time. I guess if someone's hitting him from over here and someone's hitting him from over here, he could like block both at the same time, and you weren't able to do that in Asylum. You could use a lot. You have more gadgets. You actually start off with all the gadgets that you had in Asylum, which is awesome. And you get new ones. So there's 12 gadgets overall. And some of the new ones are a smoke grenade, which sounds cool. It's in one of the trailers. Batman throws a smoke grenade, and then he just uses his grappling hook and is like, phew! So they're all returning. Another new one. Another new one is a remote electrical charge. So it's like a taser. You got like this gun, and you're just shooting people, and they're like, ugh! So you got a bat taser. You also have freezing gadgets. It's like this little gun, and you could use it for different things. You could shoot it at goons, and they'll get frozen, and then you could just like hit them, and they'll break. And that could be useful when you're in a fight, and there's a lot of bad guys around you. You could freeze some guys over here, and then deal with these dudes, so they're just like frozen there for a while. And the reason why you have freeze gadgets are because of Mr. Freeze. There's also something called Game Plus mode, and what this is, it's you got your easy, normal, hard. If you beat it on normal or hard, you get Game Plus mode. And what Game Plus mode is, it's almost like a extra hard. The gameplay is hard, but it's not just hard. It's different. The goons are actually not in the same areas. They react different. The bosses, they said the bosses have more cunning. So the overall gameplay is different, and one of the major differences to it being like just another difficulty is that you start off with all of your experience that you had when you beat the game, and all of the gadgets, so you don't have to get them over again. So you start off with a little bit of an advantage. For now, that's all of the information that I have. I'm pretty sure there is a little more out there, but those are the ones that I felt were some of the most important ones, at least for now. Oh, it's so long until the game comes out. My God, it's only 2 weeks, and I'm like, if somehow I'm able to get a capture card, a good one, I am really going to think about doing a walkthrough for this game. And now that I know what blind means, I'm going to do it blindfolded. Yeah. No, I'm going to do it, I want to do it blind. So the minute I get it, I want to start recording it. But that's only if I get a good capture card, because if I don't, it's going to be a really crappy playthrough. And I just don't want to do that. Not with Batman. So, I'm going to try my hardest, because I really am considering this, like, seriously. So I'll do whatever I can to get good gameplay footage so that I could play Batman and do a walkthrough for you guys, because I think that would be an awesome game to do that for. So hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed. I hope I'm able to do that. If not, I apologize, but it's really something that I want to do in the future, so expect that sometime in the future for me for sure. Whether it's going to be with Batman, that early, hopefully. If not, then maybe another game along the line. So that was Dedication Tuesday, Batman Arkham City information. Let's look forward to Batman Arkham City because it looks like an amazing game. Go check out some of those trailers, especially the Riddler one, because that is really, really cool. Okay, I will talk to you guys later.